video is, because the orientation is not very clear here. Okay, so let's go. Today is 30 days to earn your child's trust. We are starting today. You are a parent, you have a child. Your child will not just trust you because you are their parent. No, trust is not doesn't come with the fact that you've given birth. Trust is earned. The same way you have people around you, you don't automatically trust you because they are around you. They will do something over and over again for you to be able to trust them. The same thing happens to our children. Our children just don't trust us because we are their parents. They trust us because we have earned their trust. And guess what? We have a million and one reasons for us to make sure that our children trust us. Children go through a lot of things every day. They need explanation. They need closure. They are curious about things. They feel disappointed, or disappointment rather. They have questions. They want answers. Things happen to them every single day. They make mistakes. A lot of things happen to them. They need you as their parents. They need me as their parent to be able to say, okay, this is it. Now, if they don't trust us, they will not share with us. And if they don't share with us, we don't know what is going on with them. We cannot help them find closure. We cannot help them find healing. We can't do anything about it. So for every parent, see, there was a story that trended last week so much. I think last week masterclass I referred to it. Ochanya, the story of Ochanya. The sister said the mother visited her every 5 days, and she was her auntie for 5 years. So the mom visited her every 5 days for 5 years. Yet, put it together, do the math. You are going to realize that it was up to 365 or 66 days counting that times rather that the mom visited her. Yet, none of those times that she deemed it fit, none of those times that she even bothered to share with her mom what was going on with her. See, if she had told her mom early, maybe the first time it happened, she had told her mom definitely would have done something about it. Or maybe the second time it happened, she had told her mom. Her mom would have said, no, I brought my child here to go to school. I didn't bring her here to be abused, to be destroyed. She didn't tell her mom. And it happens to very many children, very many parents. I teach teenagers in my church, and I have teenagers who always come to me. I've had issues of abuse of teenagers who come to me. Oh, two of them, they said they were abused at the age of 8. Why didn't you tell your mom? They couldn't. They didn't tell their parents, even sit down, that both of them are 13. They still don't want to tell their parents. I have another one who has been labeled stubborn, rebellious, and all of that. When I listen to her, I realize that this girl is actually communicating something, yet her parents have no idea. So we all want to raise successful children. Want to raise children who will turn out well. And I tell you something, one of the ways your children will turn out well if they are constantly being guided by you. Now, if they are not being guided by you, if they don't share with you what goes on with them, how will you be able to guide them? You will not be able to guide them. So having your children able to trust you, earning your child's trust is not even negotiable. It's not something you should think, oh no. Look at yourself, people around you. You don't trust everybody. There are people that you don't trust. You say, I can never trust this person. So you can, there's a boundary in your relationship with people you don't trust. That is it. Oh, I don't trust this person. I'm not going to do this thing with this person. There's a boundary in your relationship. There's a reason the same thing happens to you. If your child doesn't trust you enough to share with you, already a boundary in your relationship. So your child will not be able to go beyond that certain boundary. And you know what? It is not one of the things we always think as parents is because we have our children. Oh, they are our children. We care about them. We genuinely care about them. Everything we do is because we care about them. So we feel okay. For that reason, they should be open to us. For that reason, they should share. No, it doesn't work that way. For your child to be able to trust you, you have to earn that trust. You have to put in the work. So what I want to do quickly now, I want to copy this video and this class and share so that more people will join us. Just give me a minute, please. Okay, I'm told rotation is locked. Whatever that means is locked. Rotate device back. I don't know what this means. Please let me know if you can still hear me. Um, Rotate device back. Please let me know if you are still with me, if you can see me, if you can hear me. I don't know what this means really. Okay, rotation. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I can't see rotation. Well, okay, so let's keep going. So we are having a 30 days challenge. Yes, in these 30 days, you are going to be able to win your child's trust. Please, if you can hear me, if you can see me, if my orientation is okay, let me know because I have something on my screen. I don't quite get it. So, in this 30 days challenge, you are going to be able to earn your child's trust, and it is absolutely free. It is not something you are paying for. Every single day in the community, we are setting up a WhatsApp group, and every single day in the WhatsApp group, you are going to get one task you do every day. Things that you may be doing before, you don't pay attention to, or things that you don't realize the importance of them. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of things you do, we don't understand the effect. Let me give you an example. I remember some time ago, I think about 2, 3 years ago, there was a mom that reached out to me, a single mom. You know how this single mom can be. She actually had a child when she was still single, you know. So when she was like had a child when she was in an early adulthood. So something like, well, I don't want my child to have to go through what I went through. And she had a child. Her daughter is doing well. They are friends and all of that. So her daughter actually went to somehow she was almost a guy almost forced himself on her. I don't want to use the word because I don't know what if YouTube France will take that down. And the daughter did not tell the mom what happened. So, somehow to tell you that she was pained, she needed to pick up, she needed to heal, she kind of confided her in her best friend. Her best friend now told her own mom. So her mom, who also um knew the girl's mom, even though they were not close friends, called the girl's mom and told the girl that see what almost happened to your daughter. How are you going about? As my daughter's friend, I'm concerned. The mom was not aware. So she got hard before she even talked to her daughter. She reached me. She got so heartbroken that why would the girl not tell her? I don't yell at this girl. I don't flog this girl. I don't do anything. Like, I don't treat this girl in such a manner that I actually feel we have a connection. We have a strong connection. We have bond. I feel that. So why did she not trust me enough to tell me what almost happened to her? What if it had happened? What if it was a big deal? So somehow I just spoke with the girl, and the girl said to me that the main reason she didn't tell her mom was because an incident happened previously and they were talking about it to her mom. Her mom was there, this girl, what is it not that girl? She's always wearing short skirt all over the place. And that's what did she even go and do in the boy's house? What did she go and do there? That was the mindset she got. Because in her presence, her mom had judged someone who was a victim. So she just feared that, okay, her mom was also going to judge her, was also going to blame her. Why? What were you wearing? Why did you go to a boy's house? That was why she didn't tell her mom. So very many times our children don't trust us. It is not. It is in the things we do every single day. We are planting seeds. We are creating impression in our children. We don't realize the effect of these things. We don't. So we just feel, oh, it's something. After all, I tell my child, trust me, oh, if anything happens, trust me enough to tell me. I say to my child, I try to do this, I try to do that. No, sometimes our actions actually contradict these things. We don't intend for our actions to contradict them. We don't, but they end up contradicting them. Now, this is why in these 30 days, I actually have a material I've created. You can see the material is even 50. We have 50 things here you are going to do. So you are going to be carrying out every single day. What you will do is like you go through the entire 30 days, take your lessons. No, take your pen, take your paper. Whenever we give a tip, please write it out. Assess yourself. Have I been doing this thing? No, I have not been doing this thing. So I want to be doing it because the truth of the matter is, it is not like a challenge where you say, okay, carry out this thing every day. It's not like you are going from here to you are going from Ikorodu to Island. First step, move from Ikorodu to my 12. Second step, move from my 12 to Ojota to Maryland and all of that. It's not like that because these are things you need to carry out every single day. Every single day. There are things that they are minor things. It's not as if, okay, you are paying for them. Oh, in this challenge, you don't have anything that you are going to buy or you are going to pay for. It is just a lifestyle, a habit, because it is what you do every day that will determine if your child will trust you, how you respond to them, how, not even just how you respond to them, how you respond to people and events around you. I remember I have a friend one time who said when he was in when he was much older, the father would say, um know the son of who you are. By that, the father will always tell him, you know that these people, these are rich men, I beg, oh, we are like this, we are like that. So if anything happens, the father will tell him, forgive, let's leave it in the hands of God. So the mindset he had was that his father was afraid. That was why his father always told him to leave it in the hands of God. So he never bothered to share a lot of things with his father, because his father will make sure his father will worry him, like he go worry am sotey he no go take action. Like, so sometimes he wanted to take action on certain things by himself. He didn't bother to tell his father. Now his father, I'm very sure there were times his father would be able to protect him or stand up and say no, but he already had that mindset that his father no. So he didn't trust his father to share certain things with his father. I've always shared my story here. If you followed me long enough, you know how I've shared my story of how a boy slapped me while growing up. I wasn't going to tell my mom. Telling my dad was definitely out of it. I wasn't going to tell my mom. You know, unfortunately for me and unfortunately for the boy, because the boy, I'm sure he too was certain my parents will not hear of it, because we lived in an environment where my dad was very tough. Everyone in the area knew my dad. If I didn't nickname him Ogedema, a tough man, like, because my dad didn't care if you were his biological child or not. If he sees you misbehaving, right there, he's going to give it to you. So whether you were his biological child or not was not even a question. So everybody knew that my parents were tough, and even everybody just kind of, when they saw my daddy coming in, they just kind of minded their business. Let alone with the biological children in the house. So it was based on that that the guy had the guts to slap me. I wasn't even going to tell my mom too. But somehow my mom walked into me crying and I had no choice. And to my surprise, the way my mom followed up the matter, and when my dad came, my dad gave her a pat on the shoulder. I was like, wow, were they actually going to protect me? They were going to protect me, but did I believe they were going to protect me? I never believed. I believed that they would blame me. What did you go and do outside? Is that your apartment and things like that? So many things we do every time, we don't realize the impact these things are making on our children. They make them not able to trust us, so they won't share with us. Now, this is why in the next 30 days, I'm going to be sharing with you one thing every single day. And if you're in the Visionary Parent Academy 2026 class, don't worry, you are going to get this material. It is part of the material you are getting, because we carry our challenges every now and then. So maybe towards the end of the year, we're also going to revisit this challenge. We are going to look at it once we have not looked at. In fact, we are going to adopt a lot of these challenges into our daily lifestyle. Yes, I was looking at our curriculum. I was trying to add and remove some things, and I was telling myself, yes. So one of the things we want to focus on next year in the Visionary Parents Academy is to make sure our children trust us. Because here's the thing that happens: when your child trusts you, they can come and share with you their fears. When your child trusts you, they can come and tell you what goes on around them, what their children are saying, what I'm sorry, other people are saying, even their perception, what they think. When your child trusts you, they can stand up and say, no, mom, I don't quite agree with you. I remember one argument my son and I had one time. What happened was, we're talking about parents giving their children snacks to school, and I was telling my children that no parent will give their children food, water, snacks. They will not still give their parents they'll still give their parents 2,000 naira, even 1,000 naira to school. What is the child going to do with the money? My son was saying, mommy, the parents are very wealthy parents. They'll give the child the money. So that was the argument. I was trying to tell him, no, parents will not do that, except they are careless parents. And he was saying, no, mommy, if the parents are very wealthy, I had to say to them, okay, I get your opinion. You think, oh, it's all about money. So it simply means that the mindset you have is that, oh, I don't give you that because I don't have the money to give you. I sat him down, I explained to him, because I had to present my case. So if you now have like 2,000 naira to school, you already have biscuits, a bottle of Coke, you have your food, you have your water. So is it food you are going to eat in school from morning till night? We sat down, we looked at it, and it made sense to him. So if he trusted that I would be so dramatic, I would not be able to have him talk to me like that or air his opinion, he wouldn't have spoken to me. Then he would have probably have grown up with the mindset that, oh, my parents didn't have enough money, so that was why they were giving me that kind of snacks. Because the truth of the matter is, before they will unlearn those things, those thoughts would have planted certain seeds in them before they will now start, before they will realize that, oh, it was not the case. The thoughts may have planted seed in them that we do not want to germinate. So if you're in the Visionary Parents Academy 2026 cohort, don't worry, you are going to get this material. We have a lot of resources in the material. If you even have a child, you are not, because for you to be able to win your child's trust, you have to build a connection with your child. It is the truth. You have to have a relationship with the child. If you don't have a relationship with the child, then your child will not trust you enough to even tell you anything. So, and I know that very many parents, a lot of us, we have made a lot of mistakes in the past, that our children, we don't have this relationship with them. Now, this is why this challenge material, we started with how to rebuild your relationship with your child. So if you have a child and you don't have a relationship with your child, it's good and fine. What you want to do, this material will first of all help you build a relationship with your child. When you have built a relationship with your child, and building a relationship with your child is not like, this is where many parents get it wrong. They feel that when you talk about building a relationship with your child or anything, it's about spoiling your child, it's about being permissive. And I tell you, it is not about being permissive, you know. So you are going to build a relationship with your child and still set boundaries. After building a relationship with your child, you are now going to have another page that talks about you assessing yourself to know how much connection you already have, how much trust your child has in you already. Is your child able to, does your child trust you? You will know that. We have a couple of questions to help you know if your child has a with your child. So let's say, do we talk about personal things, their feelings, friends, or interests, conversations, and all of that? They say, when your child is upset, do they naturally come to you for comfort? One way, just questions to help you know if you have a connection with your child. So trust. Said, in this challenge is going to be 30 we are going to be using. And I tell you something, the Visionary Parent Academy is an academy you want to be. It's a very, very empowering academy. We learn every day, we unlearn, we have conversations every day. It is a group I feel super vulnerable. I share my wins, I share my struggles. There are so many things I can't share on social media. So many things I can't share. In fact, what I shared this morning in the group, my first impulse was to share it on social media, but I realized now it's not information for everyone. So I'm not sharing it on social media, but I could confidently share it in the group, and a parent there will pick a lesson. So it's a group where I always share. So is as an academy you definitely want to belong to for 2026. So let's go back into our challenge. Now, 30 days to win your child's trust. We are going to have one activity every day in a private WhatsApp group. Feel free to send anyone to the group. After this class, I am going to send the link. I'm going to share the link in the comments. So what you simply do, you are going to click on the link and join. Now, if you are in the safe space, the Visionary Academy safe space, or you are in any of the free groups, we have three free groups. The Visionary Parent Academy safe space, our sex education class safe space, and the Visionary Parent Tribe. If you're in any of the three groups, it's okay. You don't need to click on the link. So what we do, we just share the challenge on one, and we just um, share with you. We put the challenge on one and we'll share with you. But if you are not in any of the groups, when we share the challenge here, just click on the group and join, because every single day you are going to get a task, a simple thing you can do. It's not a big deal. They are not big things that they are going to cost you or pressure you. No, there are things that are just minor. People around you. Check people you trust, people you genuinely trust. There are people you say, no, this person, no, 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 no. I can have this person around and go to sleep. or something like that. So look at those things that they have done over the years to earn your trust. Those things they have done over the years that has made it possible for you to trust them. So those are the kind of things we are going to be bringing into our parenting. It is not like big deal. It's not like something like difficult or something hard for us to do. No, those are the things we are going to be putting into our work. I'm just trying to look at some. Okay, let me share one. For example, let me share one. I think day 12 or so. Sharing your story with your children, it helps them trust you. Do you know that? Because when you share your story with them, you are kind of, they say we have a community of friends, a community of people, a community of people. So a community of like minds. You are a human being like them. When you share your story with them, they see you as a human being with them. You share your mistakes with them. You share your wins with them. Now, when you share I remember um a parent, we actually talked about sharing things with his child. And one time she shared her personal experiences with the child about a lot of things. That was the very first time she felt vulnerable. And the child went out on that day, coincidentally during that week, and the child had an experience. And the child came home and shared that same experience with the mom. Something like, Mommy, you actually said this, so see what I experienced today. You see what I experienced today. I also remember my son telling me something one time that, Mommy, does it run in the lineage? I said, I don't remember the particular thing. What runs in the lineage? He said, because today something like this happened. I had a good laugh. I said, no, because it happens to every human being in a way, because I share my story with him, it's easy for him to come back and share when he experiences similar things. So, like I said, the things we are going to be doing in the challenge are not things that are difficult, are things that you probably have been doing before or you probably have not been doing before. Someone said, hi, oh, hi, thank you for joining. Things you have been doing before, or things you have not been doing before, or things you just don't see how important they are. They are what we are going to be doing for the next 30 days. We end in December. So that at the end of the day, if you choose to join the Visionary Parent Academy, you already have a foundation to build on. If you choose not to join, it's okay. You can just take that and still run with it, because we need to earn our children's trust. And let me tell you something. Again, I said, if our children don't trust us, if your child doesn't even trust you, how do you influence a child who doesn't trust you? How? How do you influence a child who doesn't trust you? You can't influence them, because it is when they trust you, they come back and share with you what goes on with them. That's when you're able to sit down and remind them of your values, remind them of someone was sharing with me today that the mom used to tell her that there are mistakes you make in life. There are some things you do, mistake you make in life. You just from doing something once, you just do something once, and then you make the mistake, and that mistake will stay with you for the rest of your life. And I said, it's true. There are just one silly small mistake you make once, and they stay with you for the rest of your life. We don't want those for our children. So you don't if your child doesn't trust you, your child cannot confide in you, so how will you be able to influence them? You won't be able to remind them of your values. You won't be able to remind you of where they are going in life. You won't be able to remind them of God's promises for them, because you don't even know what is happening to them. You don't. Ochanya's story broke my heart to pieces. What? Father and son taking turns. And one of my teenagers in church said to me that the sister said the father, his father and his brother were using one iPhone. That the father was using SIM one, this brother was using SIM two, which simply means that one was coming in from the anus and the other one was coming in from the vagina. And this girl did not tell her mom. Like, she saw her mom in that space of 5 years over 360 times, yet she did not tell her mom. How does it make sense? And the sister said something that she knew she may not have told her mom, because she would think her mom would not believe her, because her mom held those people in high esteem. And in high esteem, that is it. Ah, a lot of things we do, we don't realize. I remember when I was teaching in the school in Lagos, I used to I was teaching manners, building characters with schools back then in Lagos. There was one time I was going to have a dining etiquette with these children in the particular school then. So the school said, okay, they didn't have enough money to go to a fancy hall, or even to, they didn't have enough money. So what they wanted to do was these children to bring their cutlery by themselves. Why? They'll bring their food. They'll use their normal food, the food they eat. They'll bring food from home. So that the children were told, bring just rice and chicken or rice and plantain, then bring, normal, the place you eat it and all of that. That was it. So there was this particular boy, I don't remember his name now. He came to school. When he came, he brought something very fancy, gold plated spoons and all of that. And he was saying he had to ask his auntie to give him. I heard him and I said, why did you ask your auntie? Why didn't you ask your mom? He said, no, my mommy wouldn't have given me this plate. So my mom, Laila, my mom wouldn't have given me. So I was wondering, why would your mom not have given you? So I let the matter just go. It was in the evening of it, the school called me that the mom came to school and the woman was upset that of all the children in the school, that she did not know that she was going to the work, going to her office or something. She forgot something. She had a reason to go back home. She was coming back, and that was how she saw a parent who had forgotten to give the child his own cutlery, was running to the school to give the child. So she now asked the parent, where are you taking plates and this spoons? So where are you running to? The parents told her that, oh, my children, they are doing a dining etiquette today in school. So that's why the woman was upset. The woman now called the school, was now like, is it that my son is not part of the school? Or were they asked to pay? Why didn't you tell me that my son, they were doing something? Why didn't you tell my son also? I was shocked, like, okay, this was the same woman the boy said wasn't going to give him anything. The same woman that felt her son was exempted. I don't know why I keep missing my the same woman that felt her son was exempted. Why? Because the boy did not trust the mother enough. It could be that when the boy asks for something, the mother is ignores the boy, the mother is overly dramatic or overly reactive, the mother is always complaining, the mother is not just she's physically present but not mentally, emotionally present. It could be one of those reasons. So the boy just concluded in his mind that his mother wasn't going to give him. Meanwhile, the mother was willing to give him. From the little things we do every day, we create boundaries we do not realize. Now, this is why we keep saying that parenting is a skill. It is. We must learn it. Because some of the things we do with even the best intentions, there are things we do with the best intentions, that they still sabotage us. They still sabotage us. It is why we must learn. If you don't learn, you are going to keep doing things that will sabotage you. I mean, how can you be with your child for over 360 times and you did not know something was wrong with your child? Your child did not tell you for once. Not that she was having the fun of her life, not that she was enjoying in that place. She wasn't having the fun of her life. Yet you did not, she didn't tell you. Ah, because I don't think if that mother will ever forgive herself. Maybe that is why she's trying so hard to find, should I say, closure. That's why she's finding, she wants to bring justice. She wants to get justice for her daughter. It is only when she gets justice for her daughter she can forgive herself. It is. She doesn't get justice for her daughter, she will not forgive herself. Because you sit back, you are wondering, how did I not notice something was wrong? Why did she not even tell me? You keep wondering. We don't want to wrap ourselves in self-guilt like that. Neither do we want anything bad thing to happen to our children. God forbid bad thing. No. We must raise children who are able to trust us. I remember um, my mom was sharing a story with me the other day. She came visited. She now reminded me of a story my grandmother has always shared with me. My grandmother she had a daughter that passed. What happened was she passed through abortion. What happened was she was pregnant, and the guy that impregnated her gave her, drugs, some things like that, and he took the drugs, and that was how she was. Is it bleeding now? According to my grandmother, the thing she got burnt. She would say the thing she got burnt inside, and her womb to her throat got burnt, and that was how the daughter passed. And my grandmother always, like, she always felt bad for that thing, and she always say, She that was looking for a child to carry, she that is always looking for a baby to carry. What was she doing? Would she not have carried the baby? She always regretted that thing. She always felt bad about her daughter, especially because, according to her, the girl was beautiful, she was tall, she was hardworking, she was bold, she was courageous. My grandmother always felt bad. I think for years, that man was my grandmother's enemy, to the extent that when my younger brother had a friend, a female friend, not necessarily girlfriend, the female friend lived in our neighborhood. So the female friend came to visit us, and my grandma asked about the girl, and the girl mentioned a name that was like the man's name, and my grandmother never wanted to see that girl because the name of that girl actually reminded my grandma of her story. That's what happened. So if my grandma probably had been close to her daughters, she probably would have known that, okay, oh, see what has happened to this girl, oh, and then she will encourage the girl, don't worry, don't do anything about it. You being alive is more important than any other thing. So our children must be able to confide in us. Let me share a few reasons why children don't talk to their parents, don't tell you what goes on with them. One of the reasons, the major reason, the only reason is trust. Your child doesn't trust you. They don't trust how you are going to react. They don't trust what you are going to do with the information. For example, you have parents, something happens to your child, they share with you, and every single Eke market day, you are going to refer to it. That was how the other day, that was how the other day, that was how the other day. Check it and ask yourself, if someone constantly reminds you of a mistake you made days ago, months ago, weeks ago, years ago, would you want to share with the person the mistake you make again? You will not. I would not. That is it. Another reason is your child doesn't, you may be super dramatic. I remember one of my niece in law was sharing with me when she was much younger. One time, the one man was asking her out. The man was already married, driving a big car. The man was asking her out. So she told her dad about it. Before she could even close her eyes and wake up, the dad had gone to arrest the man. So everybody in the neighborhood started calling her. They labeled her a baby, or things like that. She felt really embarrassed, and since then she never shared with her dad. She never told her dad anything that was going on with her, anything, because she was afraid of how her dad was going to react. So your child doesn't trust how you are going to react. One of the reasons they don't trust what you are going to react. Another reason now is this: they don't trust what you are going to do with the information. Ah, this one is quite common. For parents, we do this. We feel, oh, what does it matter? Something happens to your child. You will go and tell your sister or your brother. See, your sister is your sister. Your brother is your brother. Your sister is not your child's sister. Your sister is not your brother is not your child's brother. Hmm? It doesn't make sense to you. No. And those your siblings will go and tell their own children. Their children, that is your child's cousins. And cousins, if they are not very friendly, maybe they are the ones in the competition, they are the ones in a secret fight, they will use it against your brother. I see this a lot. I remember there was a time a relative of mine called me and was talking to me about her children, a girl and a boy. One of the things I asked her is, why did you call me to tell me? Did you call me to tell me because you're actually seeking help? It's a different thing. Yes, do you have to tell someone? Yes, you need to talk to someone. There are times you want to talk to someone. Yes, you want solution. So if you are talking to someone, talk to someone who you know that they are genuinely interested in your children. They genuinely care and they want to help. You just don't talk because, oh, every time you are complaining about your children. No, because they want to help. So you can talk to your children that I have reached out to auntie, I have reached out to uncle because of this issue, and this is what they have said, and this is what you think. This is what I think. They are reliable. So talk to people that are reliable, that genuinely want to help. Not every random person. So many reasons your child do not want to trust you enough. They don't know how you will react. They don't know what you will do with the information. So sometimes it's not because you don't have a connection with them. It's not because you don't have a bond with them. It is something we should know when it comes to parenting. Every behavior is a communication. Your child does something. They are trying to pass something to you, an information to you. And if you are not skilled, you may not patiently investigate to know what they are trying to pass across to you. This is what very many parents are guilty of. We are not skilled, so we are not patiently investigating to see what they are trying to pass to us. Instead, what we do is you just stand up and we just assume, and based on our assumption, we will be responding, we will be reacting. Now, this is why again, parenting is a skill that we must learn. We must learn. Let me share something that is not part of this class. Earlier today, I was waiting for someone because we needed to get something together. So while waiting, another woman, I've never met her before. She was in her car, she was talking, vibrating. And so I had to tell her, because she was talking to someone who was obviously older than her elder sister. I had to tell her that, okay, elder sister had made a decision that the family was not happy with. So I had to tell her that, this your sister is pressured. So at this time, you need to be, her reason faculty is not functioning well because she's pressured. You see how people do things under pressure. So what you need to do now, you are now supposed to be her reasoning faculty, and you are adding more pressure to it. So it is not going to even make sense. Then the person I was waiting for came, and then when the woman now explained the whole matter, the first thing the woman said was, "Have you prayed against the cause of the first child?" So the other woman was now angry. What is cause of the first child? Trying to explain how the whole thing happened. And I was telling this woman, I said, you see, I understand the cause of the first child we are talking about, because she was trying to say first children, there's always a cause following them that makes them not to reason. And I gave her a practical example. I said, check this first son child we are talking to is not so as common as very many communities in Igbo land. You know why? Because the are Igbos in Nigeria, they are wired, the brains, the first children are wired with the mindset of that the entire burden, the entire family burden is their responsibility. It is why you will see the Ada doing a lot of things for the siblings. They'll put their life literally on hold, you know, because of the siblings. Even the men, you will see the men, they will be working, they'll be making so much money, they'll be comfortable, they will not even think about their life. Their siblings and all of that will be settled before they will think of settling themselves. I said, so why does the Igbo not have this cost of the first child? Talking about the Igbos I'm referring to. So what we need to realize is that there's a pattern with raising first children. I said very many parents make mistakes when they are raising when you have an only child. It's a normal thing. It's your first child. Like we say in local parlance, it's a shark. Firstly, the first child, they shock you. Secondly, with just one child, you have less responsibilities, less demand. It's easy for you to pamper your child. It's easy for you to shield them so much that they cannot think for themselves. And when you have planted these seeds in their early childhood, when they are young, you have planted this seed, they will grow with it, especially when we keep reinforcing it. When you reinforce it, because when they are small, it's easy for us to shield them, pamper them, don't even let them take initiative. Then they will grow up not able to problem solve, not able to self start, not able to take initiative. Then instead of us to look inward and say, okay, what did we do wrong? Maybe these children maybe they need therapy, counseling, motivation, mentorship. Maybe they need something to be able to now go back and discover themselves and stand on their feet. We will now say it is the cause of the first child. We blame it on the cause of the first child. We keep praying when God already has given us solutions. God has giving us solution when God has the powers are in our hands. We don't realize it, so we keep getting it wrong. And I said to Hannah, this is why we definitely need to learn parenting. We need the skills. And guess what? The woman that was talking about the issue kind of shared a lot of what I have said now, shared a lot of experiences with the first daughter. That actually happened when she was growing up. She was all because she was apart from being the first daughter, she was beautiful, the most beautiful, tall, and just had attracted um should I say promising tutors and all of that. So she was just like the golden child now that shouldn't be bothered. Unfortunately, by the time the mom started talking senses into her, started realizing that okay, this is girl, she needs to, her mindset was already formed. That is it. No, in parenting, we need skills. When we do not get the right skills, we can just, our very best intentions can genuinely sabotage us in our parenting. Our very best intentions. So you will be wondering, I'm doing everything within my power. So what is it? Do you want my blood? Do you want my head? But the truth of the matter is, you may be doing everything within your power, and that thing within your power is not meeting your child's needs. Is not planting the seed that will shape the child in a way you want the child to be shaped. Now, this is why parenting is a skill. We must learn it. We can't keep arguing it. We can't say no. We don't know it all. Just the same way you go to work every single day. You want to upgrade your skills. You want to be the most sought after in your company. The same way you have parenting coaches like me constantly committing to research, constantly upgrading. So, yes, when I now come out to share, I'm sharing from a well of knowledge. The same way I cannot probably, should I say, I cannot know more than you that have given yourself so much in law. I go and consult a lawyer if I have a case. The same way I've built myself so much that I know exactly what I'm saying when it comes to parenting. So parenting is a skill, and I want to encourage you. If you are not in the Visionary Parent Academy, you should join us already for 2026. It promises to be very empowering, very transformational already. So send a message to join. So like I said, I am going to drop the link to this class, to the class in the comments. I don't know now. Skills in parenting. Yes, please. Okay, ma'am, please. Can you help me drop? Are you still with me? Coach Jinadu, please help drop the link, safe space link in the comments. I don't know. Okay, if I can drop it now, I may not be able to send a message. I wish I could send a message now. I would just drop it, and I do not want it. Okay, what can happen is if you see this message, you have my number, just send me a number. Send me a message, and I will drop the link with you to join the safe space parenting. If you do not have my number, take the WhatsApp number now: 080-567-34640. 080-567-34640. Just take that number, send me a WhatsApp message, save space, and I will drop the link with you. You will join, and you will follow the task every single day. One task a day. We should be dropping the task in the evening, maybe in the evening before bedtime, maybe 8 p.m. or 8:30. I'll drop the task. The task will be against the following day. You carry out the challenge for that day, and then you can come back and share how it went and all of that. The thing is, we need to earn our children's trust. We need for our children to be able to trust us. When they trust us, they share with us what goes on with them. When they share with us what go on with them, we are able to guide them. We're able to lead them right. If your child doesn't trust you to share with you, your child will not share with you, and you will not know what is going on with them, and you will not be able to influence them. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section, and we'll come back and definitely take your questions. If you want to join the Visionary Parent Academy for 2026, join us in the comment section, and you will be glad you did. Your parenting will be greatly transformed. And if you want to get this material I'm sharing with, don't worry. If you're in the Visionary Parent Academy 2026, you are going to get this material I actually use for this class. Like I said, the material, you are going to be able to know if how much connection you have with your child. You are going to know how much connection we have with your child. And if you realize, oh, you don't have a good connection with your child, you are going to start by rebuilding your connection. Because if your child is already a preteen, your child is already a teenager, and you don't have a connection with your child, you realize that when you talk, they don't listen. they are rebelling against you, you just know that you don't have a connection with your child. When you realize they can't stand you, they can't stand you. Because very many times we think, oh, it's the one thing we do that builds connection. It is not. It is not. There are so many things we do that actually come in the way of our relationship with our children. A parent was telling me one day that she had always talk to her child about the need for family first, about the need to show deliberate care to family, about the need. And the funny thing, when she spoke to me about a certain issue previously, I told her one thing. I said, this issue, it is between you and your husband, but I can promise you that it is seeds planted in your children that is going to, I said, it is seed, a negative seed that is being planted in your children that is going to shape how they respond. And in less than 3-4 weeks, she reached out to me and complaining about the boy. And guess what? When she asked the boy, after all the things we always teach you, where did this come from? The boy referred to that same thing I told. The boy said, whenever these kind of things happen in this family, I feel somehow. I just don't like it. It just makes me, I just want to be on my own. Just want to lock myself, be on my own, just be away from you people. Because parenting is like you are filling a jar. This is a jar. Each time you are patient with your child, you are filling the jar of patience with him. Each time your child does something, you want to actually reach their hearts before you correct them, you are filling the jar. So at the end of the day, you will need to withdraw from it. It is what you put in that you are going to withdraw. The same thing happens to this trust we are talking about, you trusting your child. It is what you put in, you are going to withdraw. And yesterday I created one of the things we are going to do in the Visionary Parent Academy 2026. And we are going to have a practical jar. We are going to look at a couple of pillars in our parenting that we are going to be carrying out every single day. And we are going to have jars. So the number of pillars we are going to have jars, and we're also going to have something we have it all created already. We have created it already, so it's going to be practical. So tomorrow, when you say, "Oh, my child doesn't trust me enough to share with me," you are first of all going to check your jar. How full is your jar? If your jar is not full, it simply means that you have not built trust enough. You have not built trust enough. So if your child doesn't trust you enough to share with you, it is super valid. You build trust by modeling, by everything. You have not built trust enough in your child. We look at other areas of parenting. You are teaching a particular value. You also have a jar. So you follow it. Now, if your jar is not full yet, because we have a system, your jar is either full, you're either putting into your jar, you are removing from your jar. So if your jar is not full yet, then you cannot demand from your child of that particular thing. We have different pillars. So if your jar is not full when it comes to a particular pillar, then you cannot really demand. And the way your jar is going to be full, we are going to break it down in such a manner that you are going to be able to follow it. Easy, practical, follow. In the Visionary Parent Academy, I said, join us, because next year is going to be super interesting. It's going to be super transformational. It is practical. You are judging yourself. You are going to judge yourself. You are going to sit down, and look at the mirror by yourself and say, oh, I've not been doing well, though. Because nobody is going to assess you. You are the one that will sit down and assess yourself, and then you realize that, no, I've not really been doing well. I need to go back and start all over again. So 2026 is open for registration. Our registration is 60,000 naira from now to the end of November. From December, it is 84,000 naira. And I promise you that you are going to read you are going to read books. We read one book every month. You are going to read books, and you are going to join a vibrant community where we are always, every single day. We meet every single day. You are going to learn parenting skills for yourself. Get empowered by yourself. Learn parenting skills for yourself. You are not going to be doing guesswork. You are not going to be relying on random advice on social media, because this time around, you are going to know exactly what you are doing. So you want to join us for 2025, 2026 for the Visionary Parent Academy, because parenting requires skills. Oh, parenting requires skills. My son is turning 14. My older son is turning 14 too, soon. And I'm already seeing the difference between that little boy I had and the man that he is becoming. The teenager he is becoming, I'm always already seeing the difference. I have 3 children and I see the differences in them, you know. So please plan to put in the work, because when you don't put in the work, I guarantee you that you do not have any right to complain. You don't have any right to make demands. When you do guesswork, guess what happens? Guesswork leads to guess results. It is when you do guesswork that you come out and say, pikin wey go spoil, because you were not committed, because you were doing guesswork. But when you are committed to your parenting, nobody go tell you say your pikin go turn out well. Because you are committed to your parenting, you will get your results now. Nobody needs to tell you, oh, pikin wey go spoil. It is when you are not committed that you say that thing. So anytime you hear, oh, pikin wey go spoil, check those parents. They are not consistent. It is guesswork they do. Because when you are committed, I tell you, your pikin no go spoil. Pikin wey go spoil go be story for other parents and not be you. So join us in 2026. Let's be intentional, let's be visionary, let's raise children wey no go spoil. For our challenge, I'll go to the group now and I will drop a message. Our challenge begins today. The first challenge for today is today. The first challenge is for today. So by 11th next month, we'll wrap up the challenge and hopefully it gives you a foundation to next week. So we are hoping to see you in the class 2026 Visionary Parents Academy. Thank you so much for joining. I remember I didn't mention my name at the start. If you are joining us for the first time, my name is Enimie Uwebo, and you can follow me on all social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Even though Facebook is my most used, is that the word? My most used, my most active social media is Facebook. But hopefully soon I'll be more, I'll be equally active in other social media platforms. Thank you so much. My name is Enimio Rebel. See you next time. Bye bye.